Okay, I had a similar to our in-season Tuesday practice. Slowly starting to put in, our game plan versus our first opponent, but we're still focusing on basic fundamentals and just really trying to get good at what we do. First games are always about adjustments, and it usually comes back to doing, what you do well.
Questions?
It's a little bit tougher preparing for first game just because you don't have film from this year and what they're going to do this year.
Yeah, you just try to do your best, to predict what you feel like that they will do and how they'll attack you and how you'll, how they'll try to stop you. But like usually what happens is as the game gets going on, usually people do what they're good at. And, but definitely the first quarter of first games of the year are usually adjustment time to feeling out time.
You made a decision yet on how you're going to split the rest of the quarterbacks in practice?
No, not yet. No, as soon as I do, I'll definitely let everybody know.
How was the practice now that guys are back in school and kind of got an adjustment period? How was it being kind of in game?
Yeah, it was a day off, first day of school. Yesterday, obviously, we didn't practice right there. Came back and really, for a Tuesday full padded practice, and you're still a good, week and a half away. I really thought our guys were out there, focused, trying to get better. I thought our attitude was really good. I didn't see any lackadaisical stuff or anything like that. So that was encouraging, that we had guys that were wanting to practice.
Gus didn't outright say that Nick couldn't start. Is there even a chance that you could end up starting Nick?
No, I've already said he's not going to start.
Any of the young guys you talked about, kind of wanting to watch them from last Saturday? Any of those guys that you now feel confident about that are going to be?
Not that I'm ready to talk about yet. I mean, next week we'll have a depth chart out, and it'll, it'll enlighten some on that. But there's still some guys competing. There's some guys, especially the freshmen. You learn about them as they go, and like I said earlier, I think there'll be quite a few that will have a chance to help us this year.
How's Delroy Lawrence doing?
He battled some minor injuries that kept him out of our practice or two, but he's when he's been in there, he's got after it, and for the most part, looked okay.
You think he'll be a great coach?
We'll see. I'm not sure.
How about Patrick Young?
Yeah, Patrick Young. That was kind of a tough deal. Patrick Young hurt his knee. Senior walk-on, a guy that's really been phenomenal for our program, and finally was in a spot where he was going to get a chance to help us, and had a knee injury the other day, and so it's kind of one of those tough deals. He's battled through. We're very proud of him. He's still going to be a big part of what we're doing. He's been on the scout team for 3 years, and then he gets to be a senior, and it's pretty tough. But we're definitely thinking about him.
How about Ladarius Owens? Is he doing better?
Yeah, he practiced today. Yeah, practiced.
Jalen Denson in practice today?
He was not.
Was there a reason for it?
Yeah, he's got something he's got to take care of.
Is there anything as far as rewarding walk-on scholarships? Is there going to be anything like that?
There could be. There could be. Not this time, but there could be.
You said yesterday that you look at your wide receivers as deep threats at every position, with Sammy, Duke, and Ricardo in particular. How about that second wave? Have you found that next three that you're looking to?
Yeah, I mean, we've got probably 6 to 8 guys that have experience, in our offense that we feel like we can put in, and they'll do a good job at executing. So, kind of like I said before, I think we probably have more wide receiver depth than we've had in the past, and that's usually a good thing.
Coach, toward the end of last year, guys were talking about how hard they worked during the preseason until they really pushed themselves. Do you feel like this group has exerted the same sort of effort heading into this year?
Yeah, there's no doubt. There's no doubt they have. Last year, as coaches, we were really straining them. We were trying to bring them together. We were trying to learn information about them, how they would respond to adversity, how they would respond to success, and but really we didn't know until we actually got in the stadium on Saturdays. But this group has worked extremely hard. I think we got some leaders that have really stepped up, and when you come that close, it has a way of motivating guys that have been through that experience, and They went through a different experience the year before, but we went through a different experience this year because, you know, you get that close, you know, that has a way of motivating guys, and I've seen that.
As an offensive staff, week to week, you guys are trying to develop a package for Jeremy Johnson or whoever the second quarterback is later this season. How much time do you guys spend on that? What do you guys weigh?
Yeah, you know, you look, you know, each game and try to get a plan, and, you know, the big challenge is getting quality reps during practice, specific on what you want to do. And kind of like I said before, you know, with Jeremy, he was going to have a bigger role anyway this year, and so we'll see.
Gus, I wanted to ask you, a lot of the coaches have already done it, your wife has done it. You got challenged about the ALS ice bucket. Have you thought
I
about
did.
doing it? Yeah, the supposedly the radio station, Jock's radio station challenged you over
You're
there.
telling me something new, so
Okay. Is that something you'd be interested in doing, or what?
probably so.
Yes, you talk about the importance of having those senior defensive tackles, particularly up against the.
You know, that's very critical, I think, especially in this league. Seniors up front with experience, I think goes a long way, and we have quite a few, you know, on the defensive line. We got 2 on the offensive line that have started for 4 years, and that usually goes a long way. And so we're really going to rely on those guys a lot.
Our coach